Dad always knew what to do. When I was little, he kept me safe.
Hello, everybody.
When I was learning,
This is just my first time ever doing this, so please bear with me.
now I'm the one asking questions. Is this the right place? Is this the right team?
Just now reopening up my studio,
He
so
spent his life helping me make the
I
right
paint on here
decisions.
a lot live.
Now it's
I
time
usually
for
do
me
it
to
on
focus.
TikTok and Facebook. I recently put a lot of stuff here last year on YouTube, but it was simply some compilations of some of the paintings that I've done, kind of time lapsed. So it was just a sampling of some of the things I do, but I do a lot of live online stuff. So I'm going to incorporate YouTube into the live broadcasts and start a good streaming profile. So I wanted to introduce everybody to the studio itself. It's not much. It's just basically my garage, single detached car garage. As you can hear my dogs in the background, you'll hear them quite often. I've got two of them, and they'll be in and out, and every once in a while, in the middle of something, they'll hear something outside, and you'll hear them take off out the door, barking their heads off. So don't be surprised too much about that. Uh, so they keep me company out here while I'm painting. I do a lot of Kentucky life painting, mostly animals. I do a lot of commission paintings. I try to highlight mostly Kentucky type, uh, lifestyle stuff like farm animals, wild animals. I do paint local farms, uh, sometimes on commission basis, sometimes just, as examples for others that may want theirs done. I have done commissions for sportscasters in Indiana. If you know Indiana Hoosier sports, uh, Jimmy Coyle is a well-known Indiana sportscaster for Hoosier sports. And if you ever watch his YouTube sportscast, you'll see the painting I did for him sitting in behind his head. So I've done quite a few paintings throughout the years. I've been doing this for a long time. Uh, I'm getting ready to retire from my normal job, so I'll be doing a lot more of this online broadcasting since I'll have a lot more time to be able to get to it and be a little more consistent about what I can do with this new venture. But most everything I do is pretty simple. I'm a realistic painter. I do try to put a lot of detail in the artworks that I'm doing. If you have Facebook, you can find me on Facebook under Doug.no or Art by No. You can find me on Instagram. Like I said, you can find me on TikTok. And I do sell prints, but it's right now I don't have a fine art printer here in the studio as of yet. It will be coming sometime in the future. But right now I sell them what I call by proxy. There's a couple streaming sites well, I should say streaming sites. A couple sites I got posted on Facebook and everything that like Saatchi Art or a couple other places where you can go and order prints of the paintings that I've done. If you're interested in those, I'm not. I didn't put them on there to make a whole lot of money because you don't make a whole lot of money from those sites. Uh, but it's a way for people, if they like the artwork, they can get a canvas print or a paper print of that. Uh, I have sold a lot of the original artworks, and I do ship them out if you're not within a reasonable driving distance of the studio, which is here in Kentucky. Um, but we can make arrangements for that shipping through whatever shipper that, you may favor the most. And we'll go from there. But, that some of that cost is a lot more expensive. So if we can make arrangements to meet up, if you're within a decent driving distance, then we can just meet up and do a physical exchange, as they say, versus using a high price shipper where they get an enormous amount of money for the same thing with less amount of money than it costs them getting gas and driving somewhere about midway between two parties and doing a physical exchange. And I love meeting people, so I had no problem with, driving somewhere and meeting somebody. But this is the Art by No Studio. As you can see, which let me make sure I got my cord here moving because I got this on a tripod. You see right now I've got a huge canvas that I'm getting ready to start. It's a 36 by 48. And I haven't gotten it drawn up yet, but it will be sometime here soon. Let me get my swivel undone here. All right. So now you can see that I got my TV with my music, which is, uncopyrighted music, so I don't get dinged by any of these platforms for utilizing something that's got a copyright infringement on it. Let's see. As you can see on this side, I've got a few of my paintings just sitting up and around that I've completed. We got the blue jay, the lion, the fall leaves, the American angler eagle, the Kentucky elk. And I've got a picture of the boats down in St. Pete, where years ago took a picture of the docks down there, and I just threw together a painting out of acrylic for that one. And I got some small pictures up top of just individual little small quick paintings, as I call them. And then over there in the corner, you got the cat, which I call Locked On, which was an example for someone that wanted a picture of their beloved animal caught for memorial, and they didn't have an example of how well I could capture animals for memorial reasons, so I painted one, and so they ended up giving me a commission for their cat. So I keep it around as an example for pet memorial pictures, which I've done quite a few pet memorial pictures over the years. And then I've got the still life of the leaf over there with the water on it. And like I said, the farm paintings, like up there in the corner, that is the painting of a friend of mine's farm down in towards LaGrange, Kentucky. And let me get you untwisted here. I'll come around here. I got all kinds of junk in the way. But you see the owl there. If anybody has ever been surprised by a screech owl, you'll know exactly what that critter is. They're really nowhere near that size, thank goodness, but they can make you seem like they are when they holler out. And then we've got let's see, we've got the eagle up there, which I painted before Trump was elected into the presidency, because I knew how much this country was in trouble. So I painted the American flag with our national symbol bird, and I put the Trinity crosses in the bird's eye, because I knew, this country needed a savior to bring it back from the brink of destruction. And so far, this may get rid of a bunch of people, but I pretty much think that Trump was actually what we needed. So if you like that, you do. If you don't, then I'm fine with your opinion. No harm, no foul. That's just the way I see it. All right. Let's see if I can get this back over here. Oh, if you see over here, I've got quite a few. Whoops. Get myself tangled up here. I've got quite a few of these paintings sitting over here. I got one of a tobacco cutter of a full field tobacco. I've got, I'll show them, more in a later video, but I've got one of a horse at night. I call Night Vision. I've got one that is a Kentucky Derby colt dreaming of winning the Kentucky Derby. I got one of a cowboy looking off into the night because he can't see what's out there and he's reaching forward. He's got his rifle, he's reaching out there because he can't see what's going on. And so, I do a myriad of pictures. It's definitely something I like trying to get a big sampling of things. So let me get this thing set back again. I don't know how much the sound went away because I've got a good microphone in here. So if the sound started to drop anytime during this video, please leave me a comment letting me know that the sound dropped down, because I can tell you that this is not a sound studio. Never was meant to be and probably never will be. So welcome to Art by No Studios. I look forward to making many videos and live broadcasts of me actually painting. And we're going to start with this one behind me. Now, by the time I get back on here, I will already have put together the composition of what I'm going to paint. And then we'll get into the painting itself. Okay. But I may end up making a video beforehand because this is a brand new canvas and it's loose. So there's a process that I utilize to tighten up the canvas. And because it is a brand new canvas, it is rough. So I'll be putting some more, of the gesso on there to get it smoothed out so that when I do my details, I'm not dragging across a bunch of bumps. Okay, so I'll make a video about that and post it on here so that everybody can see that process and get more familiarized with how to get a painting started. I know some people who are interested in painting have never touched a canvas. They've never looked at the process of doing it. They may have thought they had it all figured out and went out and bought themselves a canvas, brought it home and wondered why they can't get those nice little straight line marks in the paint. And they just didn't realize that there's more to a canvas than meets the eye, as they say. You have to do extra work on them, even though they can be quite expensive. Certain type of canvases, you don't have to do that too. I don't normally purchase those, but with a little extra time and effort, these things can become extremely smooth surfaces, and you can get some extremely finite paintings out of them with some really good brush strokes in it. I don't use any certain style brush or any certain brand of brush. I have been known to use everything from the cheapest brush that I can find up to some really expensive brushes. I've never really gotten into determining which brushes are my favorite yet, and I'm not talking years. it may come up to the point where I do that. And like some other fellow artists I know that I talk to all the time, I may end up developing my own brushes at some point in time. And if I do that, then you may end up at some point in time seeing a market attached to my YouTube page with some brushes and some other equipment that, I feel is beneficial for an artist. But while I'm painting, don't be too amazed if you hear my opinions. Okay, I like to talk. As my wife tells me, I am very opinionated. I am a firm believer in my Lord Jesus Christ. Okay, but that doesn't keep me from having opinions about things going on in the world based through that Christian belief. I don't follow along with a lot of all the religious churches' views of a lot of things, but you'll find that I try to make everything that I come out with to align with the one. Lean into the sounds you love. The book. Take your playlists anywhere that our Lord put together through all those authors over all those years, and try to make it to where it can make sense as to what it's telling you. Am I going to be perfect at it? I'm not perfect at anything. I'm far from perfect. Okay, so don't expect perfection. I don't expect anybody to be perfect. I'm not perfect. We all fall short of that, So if I say something wrong, feel free to correct me. I am very easy to take correction, critiques. If you see something in the art that you see that you thought didn't look right, don't be afraid to tell me. That's how artists develop. That's how artists like to hear people. They don't just want to hear the great stuff. They want to hear the other stuff, because if you don't have someone telling you what they thought could be better and giving you the ideas, there's no way to improve. Okay? Don't be afraid to say those things. I'm fully open. There's going to be some that are going to come out and they're just going to bash everything. That's with everything. You're looking at a guy who started off in the Air Force. Then he went to go to work in a jail. And then he went to go to work in state corrections. And then he wound up working for the federal government for 22 years. There's not a whole lot of dissension, argument, irritation that I have not heard. Is it something that is going to raise my dander? No, it's not worth it. I'll simply pray for that individual, forgive them for it, because they're not going to hold anything over on me. Okay? So feel free to give me your opinions. I'm fully honest and open to those. If you have questions, ask your questions. I will do my best to give you the answer that I can. If I don't have the answer, I'll do my best to try to find the answer for you. But it's not going to be about, why are we alive? I don't have that answer. Okay? I don't have the grand scheme of things. I do know our purpose here. I do know what we're supposed to be doing. But I don't know the full why God took it upon himself to give life to us to watch us do all these things that you see in the world. Because I'm here to tell you, there's times when I would be like, how bad was it when he destroyed everything with the flood? Is it not to that point yet? And then there's times when I look at everything, I'm thinking, you know what? This is not bad at all. There's a lot of opinion out there. There's a lot of stuff that shouldn't be being done, or things that shouldn't be done to other people. But in the big scheme of things, there's so much good out here. There are so many great things that are being done. So many great people. So many beautiful things for us to see and do and experience. And under His grace, live our lives through that, along with, everything else He's got, and know that He's got it and it's not ours to get. So once again, welcome to Art by No Studios. Hopefully we'll get to have some good times in here, show some good works, experience some beautiful artwork, and I hope you like my artwork. It's just something I love to do. I love to paint for people, and I love taking the talent that my Lord and Savior gave to me and do with it what He wants me to do. Because that's me. That's what it's all about. It's never been about anything else. If I push forth what He's given me, and I can push it out to the world, then I've done my job. And I can glorify Him. What else is there? And that's me. You'll probably see my grandkids in here from time to time. Some of them are in California. Some of them are here local. My wife comes out here from time to time. Mainly, I said, you'll see my dogs. And we'll see how things go. But this is just me introducing myself. I hope to see a lot of people on here. And if you do like what you see, please follow and subscribe. It helps out a lot. And maybe it'll spread the word and other people will get to see some artwork, and maybe it'll be something that they get to enjoy, because art is probably the most beautiful way to express in this world. And whether it's music, acting, painting, the arts have been what define us as humans. So please like and subscribe. Tell your friends about it. Let them see it. And hopefully we'll have some fun together. And I thank you. And I'll see you next time.